Well, just real quick, that right there, that's why we need a motor. Somebody got a little too excited. All right, we got the garden tilled up, and while we were waiting for it to dry, tilled up again, we started disassembly on this girl. We're gonna go get some parts from the parts store, but we're ready to start putting her back together. Put the new power steering pump on for the hydraulic setup we got. Put the Eldebrock intake on it so we can run our propane injection, put our HEI distributor, and hopefully we can get most of that nasty cleaned out. Should be good. Got chain all hooked up. Got the motor lifted up. Got the truck hooked up to it. Got the motor, I think, high enough. We're gonna pull her back and drop the motor down so I can get her tore apart, get it put on the new motor. Slow is perfect. That's my speed. Yeah, that was my fault. I'm learning. You were paying attention, I wasn't. Yep. Perfecto. Pull forward just a little bit and then stop. This right here is what happens when you get in a hurry. I forgot to tighten that. I'm sure there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do it. Anyway, I hooked there, and I got a bolt right there to pull this motor out. Well, I need this accessory off, and I started unbolting it and realized, oh yeah, that's how you hung the motor. All right, keeping in the spirit of doing things the wrong way, I found a hook that you're supposed to probably use to pull the motor. So naturally, I bolted it to the exhaust valve. I mean, manifold bolts, or I guess in my case, headers. But we did double up the straps, so doing it the wrong way, the right way, or the right way, the wrong way. I suppose we'll do this in steps. Go ahead and take the old mounts off and put the new mounts on. All right, got one mounted up. It took a minute. I'm already noticing some differences. So the bolts that came off the old motor are slightly bigger than the bolts that came on the new motor. So we went ahead and used the bolts that were on this motor. I also noticed the oil pan is a little deeper. Hopefully we don't run into any clearance issues. I mean, we got plenty of room under here, but as you can see with this motor, pretty much where the bottom of that flywheel is where the pan stops. And then if we go back to this one, of course the flywheel's not on it, it was bent like crazy. The flywheel will be here, and it's just got a little bit more. I think we'll be fine. Actually, we'll probably be better off when we get on those angles. Maybe we won't have so much oil starvation. So this came off of a 4-wheel drive Blazer, and they had this remote mount oil filter. It's got 2 bolts on it, so hopefully we can just put the old style screw-on filter on. I really don't want to have to fabricate something, and keep it simple. Go ahead and get close up on this. We shall see if the camera stays. Probably not the proper way to do it, but I shoved the mount inside one of the exhaust ports. See how long it stays on. Probably till I go to torque it down. Probably doing a lot of things wrong, but I got an excuse. I always got an excuse. Actually, I've never pulled a motor before. Pulling this motor out of that Blazer, that was the first motor I pulled, and then just now, or not too long ago, pulling that motor out of the Buggy. That was the second one. But I guess I should pay attention to what I'm doing, because just put that mount on backwards. That looks just a wee bit better. don't know what the order of operations is. Figure about like fix anything else, just take bolts off, put new parts on. Debating, since this motor's already out, if I should go ahead and do oil pan, rear main, timing chain cover, water pump, all that. I mean, it is just a toy. I don't know. You guys can let me know. What would you do? Would you just throw it in as is? It looks like it's got a little bit of seeping out the timing chain cover, but of course no more than I drive it. I don't know. If enough people want me to, I suppose I'll just replace all the seals, and water pumps are cheap insurance, I suppose. I'm gonna put a new thermostat on it. Just pulled this off the old motor. I assume I got to use it because it's just hydraulic steering with just a hydraulic ram. It's already plumbed up, ready to go. They took the AC compressor off, put this idler on it, made their own little mounts to hold that tank. Well, it wasn't hard to figure out. I looked at my bank account and decided we're just gonna roll with the old water pump and not replace any gaskets, and most likely regret it later. All right, pulled this remote mount oil filter off. Gonna see if we can't just bolt on the normal housing for a screw-on filter. It's kind of dark, but I think we've pulled as much off of this as we need. I need that lower radiator hose and that heater hose. It's not for the heater, it's for my regulator for the propane setup. But besides that, oh yeah, and them breathers there. So got my chain fall in, and sure did make it a way easier job to get this motor in. Way freaking easier. I buttoned it up last night, or at least got it dropped in last night. I didn't record anything because, well, we're in a barn and the lighting situation's not ideal, but there we go. So you can see we got just a slight gap. Just got to get it shoved back all the way and tightened. I was going to use the bolts to run it down, but I don't know if that's a good idea, and I've never done this before, and I don't want to mess up threads, so we're going to try to push it back by hand, get it to seat all the way, and then tighten the bolts. There's probably a better way, but like I said, this is my first one and I don't know it. All right, went under there and spun that torque converter. That didn't do anything, but I thought it would. Anyway, I pushed slightly up on the motor and trans kind of at the same time. Torque converter seated, and she went together, gaps closed. I guess now I can tighten them all down. Sweet. All right, we made a little bit of progress. Got the starter mounted up, got all the bolts that run the motor to the transmission tight, got the torque converter mounted to the flex plate, got the motor mounts done. Well, I got the tap. Let's see if we're lucky and I was smart enough and we got the right size. Ooh, we did. Cool. Let's oh, this battery's about to die. Well, let's go find a socket to fit this and chase these threads. One easy way to tell that you've overpaid for parts is when they come with extra useless packaging. It does. All right, well, unfortunately, that's all the video I have. We got it running, and I just didn't get it recorded. A lot of this footage is from several months ago. The next couple of videos I'll get you caught up to where we are now and what condition it's in and how it's running.